Hello students, welcome to today's class. Today we will discuss the topic thrust and pressure. So first of all we will see what is thrust. Here you can see a small bottle of water. So I keep this bottle in this way. So the weight of the water bottle that acts on this surface where the bottle comes in contact. So this is the first case. Now second case, I keep this bottle this way. Now the weight of this bottle acts on this area. Now I keep this bottle in this way. Now the weight of this bottle acts on this much part where the bottle comes in contact. So what about the thrust in all the three cases? In all the three cases, the weight of the water column means the weight of water in the bottle remains same in all the three cases, whether this bottle is kept in this way or in this way or in this way. The weight of the bottle remains same. So this weight, which is a weight of the body, which is acting normally on the surface, the weight of the body which is acting normally on the surface, that is called thrust. So thrust is the, so what is thrust? So thrust is the force which is acting normally on a surface. Thrust is the force which is acting normally on a surface. So thrust is same as force. Thrust is same as force. So the SI unit of thrust is Newton, and the CGS unit of thrust is Dyne, and gravitational units are kgf and gf. So this is a cuboid, then having length, breadth and height. Suppose that this cuboid is kept in this way. When it is kept in this way, the weight of this body acts on this surface. And suppose that it is kept in this way, then the weight of the body acts on this surface where this body comes in contact. And if it is kept in this way, the weight of the body acts on this surface where this body comes in contact. So in the case of this body, the thrust always remains same. The weight of the body, that always remains same. So the thrust is the force which is acting normally on a surface. So thrust is a vector quantity. Now suppose that this cuboid shaped body, suppose that its length is this length is taken as 5 centimeter and breadth is taken as 4 centimeter. Length is 5 centimeter, breadth is 4 centimeter, and height is taken as 2 centimeter. So this cuboid shaped body. Then so it's this length is taken as 5 centimeters and breadth is taken as 4 centimeter and this height is taken as 2 centimeter. And suppose the weight of this body is 100 gf. Weight of the body is 100 gf. That is the thrust. Thrust of this body is 100 gf. And suppose that it is kept in this way. This is kept in this way. Then what is the surface area on which this body comes in contact, that will be equal to 5 into 4 centimeter. The area of the surface where this body comes in contact, that is 5 centimeter into 4 centimeter. So area is area length into breadth 5 into 4 centimeter. The thrust is 100 GF. The thrust which is acting on unit area, the thrust which acts on unit area, that is called the pressure. The thrust which is acting on unit area is called pressure. The thrust acts per unit area, that is called pressure. So here thrust is 100 GF in this case. In this case, thrust is 100 GF and area is, so this is 5 centimeter and this is 4 centimeter. Then area will be 5 into 4 centimeter square. So 100 upon 20 equal to 5 GF per centimeter square. This is the pressure acting in this case. Suppose that it is kept in this way. It is kept in this way. Now what is the area where this one is coming in contact? This is 2 centimeter. This is 2 centimeter and this is 5 centimeter. In this case, the area where this cuboid shaped body comes in contact is 5 into 2. 5 into 2. So it will come 100 GF upon 5 into 2 centimeter square. So that is equal to 10 GF per centimeter square. 10 GF per centimeter square. And in the next case, I keep it in keep the body this way. I keep it in this way. I keep the body in this way. So this is taken as 4 centimeter and this is taken as 2 centimeter. This is 4 centimeter and this is 2 centimeter. The area where this body comes in contact is 5 centimeter. This 4 centimeter into 2 centimeter. 4 into 2. So 100 upon 8 GF per centimeter square. 12.5. So here you can see that the thrust always remains same. Thrust of the body always remains same, but the pressure changes. Pressure changes according to the area where the body comes in contact. The pressure is the thrust which acts on unit area. And in this case, suppose that this one weight of this water bottle, that is 250 GF. Then in this case, the thrust acts on this surface. So we can calculate the pressure by finding thrust upon area. And next case, it is kept in this way. In this case, pressure will be more because the area of contact is less. Area of contact is less. So the pressure depends on two factors. Pressure depends on two factors. One is thrust and the other one is area. So pressure is directly proportional to thrust and pressure is inversely proportional to the area. So if the thrust is more, pressure is more, and if the area is more, then pressure is less. Then what is the unit of pressure? Unit of pressure is unit of thrust upon unit of area. Unit of thrust is SI unit of thrust is Newton and SI unit of area is square meter. When thrust of 1 Newton acts on an area of 1 meter square, then pressure is said to be 1 Pascal. So this is the definition of Pascal. When a thrust of 1 Newton acts on an area of 1 meter square, then pressure is said to be 1 Pascal. This is the SI unit of pressure. So pressure depends on two factors. Pressure is directly proportional to thrust and pressure is inversely proportional to the area of contact. So pressure can be increased by increasing the thrust and reducing the area, and pressure can be reduced by decreasing the thrust and increasing the area. The next topic is fluid pressure. Fluid pressure. Fluid means anything which can flow. They are called fluid. Liquids, all liquids are fluids. So when a liquid is taken in a container, the thrust exerted by the fluid on unit surface area of the containing vessel is called fluid pressure. The thrust exerted by the fluid on unit surface area of the container is called fluid pressure. In the case of a liquid exerts pressure not only on the base. It also exerts pressure on the side of the containing vessel. That is lateral pressure. So here this is a container, and in container I make 3 holes, 3 pinholes. This is A, this one is B. 3 pinholes are made, and this is another. So you can see 3 pinholes are made as A, B, C, A, B and C. And these 3 holes A, B and C are closed by a pin. And we remove all the 3 pins A, B, C simultaneously. Then what do you observe? You can see that this is a container, and in this container 3 pin holes are made, A, B and C, and water is taken in there, and these pin holes are closed by a pin, and we remove these 3 pins A, B and C simultaneously. Then what will happen? Water will come out from all the 3 holes. And see how far this water goes. You can see water is coming down like this. This one it goes like this. This one it will go a little more, and in this one it will go more. So from this, what do you understand? So here this water goes more far, and in the case of A, water goes little away from the boat, and in the case of C, water goes all the more far from the container. From this, what do you understand? So you can understand that the liquid pressure is not same at all the heights. Liquid pressure is not same at all the heights. At the top, the pressure is less, and at the bottom, the pressure is more. So we can say that from this experiment, we can see that there is lateral pressure, and lateral pressure is not same at all points. And this pressure increases with the increase in depth. As we go more deep, the pressure increases. Pressure increases with the increase in depth. Now we are going to derive a mathematical expression to find liquid pressure which is acting at the base. So here you can see a container. So this is a container, and in this container a cylindrical vessel with a uniform area of cross section is taken. The cylindrical vessel with a uniform area of cross section, that is named as PQRS. The surface PQ is closed and RS is open, and water or any liquid is filled inside it. The height of the cylindrical vessel is taken as a H meter. So now what is the thrust acting on the base of the cylindrical vessel? The thrust, so this is a bottle, and water is there in this bottle. And what is the thrust acting on the base of this bottle. The thrust which is acting on the base of this bottle, that is the weight of the water which is taken in the bottle. The thrust which acts on the base of this bottle, that is equal to the weight of the water column. Weight of water which is filled in the bottle. So thrust will be weight of water column. Weight of water column or liquid column, PQRS. Thrust which is acting on the base, PQ, that is the weight of water column, PQRS, upon area. Area I have marked it as A. Now how do we find the weight? Weight, you know the formula of mass. Mass is equal to volume into density. Mass is equal to volume into density. And what is weight? Weight, the formula weight is mass into acceleration due to gravity upon area. The formula to find mass is volume into density. Volume into density. Mass is equal to volume into density into gravity upon A. So we can find the volume by the formula. We can find volume by the formula area of cross section into height. Volume is equal to area of cross section into height. So volume is replaced as area cross section into height into density into gravity upon A. This A is cancelled. Area cross section is cancelled from numerator and denominator. So we get this formula. Pressure is equal to H density into gravity. H into H for height, D for density, and G for acceleration due to gravity. This is the pressure due to liquid column. Pressure due to liquid column which exerted on the base PQ, that will be H dg. H is the height of the cylindrical vessel. D is the density of the liquid which is filled in the cylindrical vessel. And G is the acceleration due to gravity. So these are the three factors affecting liquid pressure. Height of the liquid column, density of the liquid, and acceleration due to gravity. Suppose that there is a atmospheric pressure which is acting at the free surface. Atmospheric pressure is acting at the free surface. Then the total pressure which is acting on the base of this vessel will be atmospheric pressure plus pressure due to liquid column. Means atmospheric pressure plus H rho g. So this is the formula to find the liquid pressure. So liquid pressure depends on these three factors: height of the liquid column, density of the liquid, and acceleration due to gravity. So it depends on these three factors. Now we see laws of liquid pressure. Laws of liquid pressure. So these are the laws of liquid pressure. The liquid pressure, from this formula itself you can see, liquid pressure increases with increase in depth or height. H stands for height or depth. The liquid pressure increases with the increase in depth. Then another factor, density. Liquid pressure increases with increase in density of the liquid. Then next factor, next point, we are seeing the laws of liquid pressure. So liquid pressure, the first point, liquid pressure increases with increase in depth. Second point, liquid pressure increases with increase in density of the liquid. And next point, pressure remains same at a point, about a point. Suppose that there is a point in a liquid, about that point in all the directions the pressure is the same. About a point in a liquid, in all directions the pressure is the same. And second point is in the same horizontal plane, the same level. Suppose that line is the same level. On the same horizontal plane, the pressure remains same. And the next last point is a liquid seeks its own level. A liquid seeks its own level. For example, a container. This is a container and water is there up to this. So this will be the vertical height. And if you tilt this vessel, like this, you tilt the vessel, then also this horizontal, it will remain like this. Horizontal level will be same. So vertical height will remain same. Vertical height will remain same. That will, if you see the top of the vessel, that water will remain straight. Water won't remain like this. So a liquid seeks its own level. These are the three laws of liquid pressure. Once again, liquid pressure increases with increase in depth. Liquid pressure increases with increase in density of the liquid. About a point in all the directions, the pressure remains same, the same level, or on a horizontal plane, the pressure remains same. And the other point is the liquid seeks its own level. These are the laws of 5 laws of liquid pressure. Now we see some of the consequences of liquid pressure. Some of the consequences of liquid pressure. When a dam is constructed, the foundation or the bottom of the dam is made wide. The bottom of the dam is made wide. What is the reason? The reason is that the liquid pressure increases with the increase in depth. In order to withstand at this high pressure, the area is increased. When the area is increased, the less pressure will be acting at the base. So this is the reason. Then water supply tank. At home there are water supply tank. That water supply tank is kept at a height. It is not water supply tank is not kept on the ground level. So water supply tank is kept at a height. The reason is that when the water supply tank is kept at a height, more is the height of the water column. So more is the thrust exerted by water. So as a result, the water will come out through the tap with more pressure. Then when bubbles are coming, when bubbles are released through water, when the bubbles are coming from the bottom to the top, when the bubbles are coming from the bottom to the top, if you observe the bubbles, you can increases while it is coming from bottom to top. What is the reason? The reason is that when the bubbles are coming from bottom to top, the liquid pressure decreases. Liquid pressure decreases while coming from bottom to the top. That is why the size of the bubble increases, because less pressure is acting on the bubble. That is the reason. These are all some of the consequences of liquid pressure. This is all about today's topic. In the next class, we will discuss a new topic.